is 12:34 in the morning, and I'm currently moving all my shit out of my apartment because, like I told y'all, I'm gonna do the story time. Um, they evicted me because my landlords are very like they racist. Like it's nothing. I'm gonna get into like the details, but they racist point blank period. So I got evicted 2 months into me living in the unit. It's a townhome. Show y'all. We got majority of the stuff out, but yeah. So that's upstairs. I'll go upstairs, show you upstairs. But anyways, I posted this like where I'm at. I posted it when I first came and looked at it, and when I first got the townhouse, I posted it on my TikTok or whatever. So the videos are still up if you want to see them. But anyways, I got evicted 2 weeks into living here, into my lease, because they said that when I first moved in, I moved in at 12 o'clock in the morning and it was let out, and then
she got evicted in 2 weeks of moving into the place.
My neighbor said that I spent the whole weekend unpacking, and I just was too. They said I wasn't a good fit for the neighborhood. Me and my boyfriend got into an argument in the unit, and they said that that we were very loud. So they said that I was basically for noise complaint, basically. So which was so crazy because y'all, I really like didn't even the point of time where they evicted me. I didn't even have my bed in here. My bed wasn't even in here. So when they evicted me, I'm like, I haven't even been there. We've been staying at his house because I don't have a bed to sleep in. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So I took my time moving. So this was back. They told me I got evicted in November and I had to be out December 7th. I took my time because it's like I have to find somewhere to go. It's about to be Christmas, New Year. So today's the 26th. So 8 o'clock today. So it's 12 a.m. So 8 a.m. today, everything got to be out. So they can't put the shit on the door to get all this. So, yo. I'm going to tell y'all more about the story, but I just want to go and tell y'all since I was in the process of moving. It's really crazy. Like, I really just can't believe they did all this. Y'all don't understand. Like, it's
Hey guys, we're about halfway through. There's still some more context for her to give. Just wanted to ask if you could like the video now. We'll hop back into it. I'm not going to add any commentary just yet. But yeah, if you could like the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. It literally only takes a second, and it helps me out more than you know. So if you could like the video, I just want to ask that now. Now let's go ahead and finish out the clip.
It's just really crazy. They didn't give me bed. It's cool though. It's cool. So I already got an apartment. The problem is this happened the day before. My moving day for my apartment was January 25th. The day they came and put the notice on the door. So yesterday, technically today, but yesterday. I was supposed to be moving anyways, but my apartment not ready because it snowed and did all that. So it's not ready. So it won't be ready until the 2nd. So now I'm having.
So before you even got the notice that you had to evict, you were already planning on moving? And you already had another apartment lined up and you've only been there for 2 weeks?
To move twice. Like, just look at the devil. I'm having to move twice. So I gotta put my in storage, and then I'm gonna have to move from storage on the 2nd.
Okay. So I don't know if she was being completely honest or if she just had a Freudian slip, right? I'm not saying that she wasn't being honest. What I'm saying is I don't know if she meant to be as transparent as what she was or if it just slipped out, right? Because she started off and she said the reason she has to move in 2 weeks is because of racism, right? But then what she like snuck in there and kind of went right on along past is that her and her boyfriend got in an argument and they made a lot of noise and they got annoyed. They were so loud that they got a noise complaint about it. And that they brought that to the leasing office's attention. And then they said, oh no, y'all aren't a good fit. And I don't know about you all, if you've ever had to live next to somebody that just a toxic couple, especially a toxic young couple. I don't know if you all have ever had to deal with that. But shoot, they wasn't a good fit for where I was at because I wanted them gone. And it was horrible. And it was just too much. And I know she's saying that it was just so loud that people could hear it from while they were still inside the apartment. But a lot of times, too, it tends to spill outside of the apartment as well. Now, I think that would have something to do with it. But it also didn't make sense, the fact that she said she was already planning on moving anyway. Sounds like she might have really just been a difficult tenant, probably. And by her admission that she was getting into these arguments that people could hear from outside of her apartment with her boyfriend, and she had just got there. We have to keep that in mind. She had only been there for about a week or two. And that's already happening, and you're getting complained on that quick. That quick in a week or two? Yeah, I would agree that at that point, I don't think that's racism. I think that just comes down to your behavior. But and your inability to be able to control your impulses and control yourselves and respect the other people who have to live around you. That is what would make you not a good fit. Again, if you guys could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and get into the next clip.
The way y'all acting, y'all forcing me to. Okay.
I didn't do it. I just got here.
Okay. We here to provide a service, ma'am. We're here to provide a service.
Well, can we just pause for a second?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Can we just pause for a second?
What are we pausing for? We have a court order to come in and execute an eviction, and that's what I'm doing.
And I understand that. But there's paperwork, there's a TRO in place.
There's no such thing. Y'all, come on, get this stuff out of here.
So temporary restraining orders not real?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Since when?
They got the police right there. Yeah, come on, y'all.
What's a restraining order have to do with getting evicted? Now, I don't know if I necessarily agree with the way that this professional, or should be professional, is communicating with this person, right? But see, a lot of times people try to file these things when they know they're getting evicted in order to try to slow things down that really have nothing to do with nothing. You're filing restraining orders as a response to an eviction. Usually eviction is going to come from not paying money. That has nothing to shoot. What you need a restraining order for? You're about to move, and you can move wherever you want to move. You don't have to have no restraining order at that point. You can go to another state. You can go to another country. But let's finish this out.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, I've been out here with 3
You can go talk to them. You can go talk to the police.
Okay.
Because I don't have no conversation left for me. There they go. There goes some more coming.
Bad thing.
When it comes to accessing new technology, like electronic health records.
She had been itching for some years. Oh.
You can't go on the inside with the guys. Fire safety. You can't go on the inside of the house.
But can I get her purse?
For your safety?
You can walk with me. I'll walk with you to get it. I am. Be still. Come down, because she want to get her mama purse right quick. We got a female in the house, y'all. You got to come outside. It's too many guys in here. No women allowed in the inside while we're doing eviction. We got too many males in the house.
My house. So are y'all just allowed to break stuff, or does it matter?
Ma'am, can you step outside? You're not supposed to be in here. It's too many guys in the inside. Ma'am, I need you to step outside of the property. Mama, come.
So that's the end of the clip. Here's the thing, right? Obviously, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. The process has happened. You all are there picking the stuff up. We don't know the backstory. We don't know the history. But ultimately, she's getting up out of there. Cool. That's in motion. The one thing that I want to address, right? It's one thing if things kind of escalate to the point to where you have to be a little bit more direct and a little bit more, set up a little bit more boundaries with somebody. But here's the thing, we all have a job to do, right? In society. You don't want to go to McDonald's and have somebody just talking to you crazy, right? You just right? And I'm sure that same person at McDonald's wouldn't want to go and have to get their oil change and have somebody talking to them crazy and treating them like it just don't matter, right? So I say this to say, man, we all have a job to do. If we could just do our job and do it with full excellence and try to, while we're doing our job, try to serve people and go into it, treat everybody with respect, with a certain degree of kindness, then I think the world will be a great place, because we all have to depend on each other at the end of the day. You don't want the police coming and you're in need and they're just looking there like they don't even want to be there. They don't even want to be protecting you. They driving slow. They stop and get their Popeyes first before they come, and you're in the closet hiding somewhere, right? So I say this to say, I think that whoever that woman was who was dealing with the older lady, things are going to happen. I think, she's talking about the old lady can't come in for their safety. What do you think this 85-year-old woman is going to do to put you all in danger? You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like she could have handled that a little bit better, a little bit more in a more human way. But, we don't have really much of the context. But yeah, and the older woman, when she was bringing up, I feel reasonable things. Can she get her purse? She probably has important things in her purse. You saw she had a lot of medicine in there. And then she just asked, are y'all able to break things? That's kind of fair if you're breaking things, right? But let's get into one more clip.
I'm talking about the food stamps on pause, but why nobody ain't talking about how they pause that Section 8? How they pause that HUD? Huh? How they pause that low-income housing? I don't care where you at, they done paused it. And why nobody not talking about that? Why nobody not talking about how they paused that daycare caps? Why nobody not talking about that? How that's on pause? This is the domino effect, baby. Why they're coming on here making a video saying that, we're glad that they cut the food stamps off because we're sick of putting food in your children's mouth, and we're sick of putting a roof over your head. So we glad that Trump has cut the food stamps off. Baby, this is a domino effect. You so much you sick of putting something in somebody else's mouth, and you sick of feeding people, you sick of putting a roof over the head. This is gonna be a domino effect, because if the Section 8 is cut off, then the landlord who rent the house out on Section 8, who make the income from Section 8, they're not getting paid. Okay? If the caps is cut off, the person who owned the daycare, who depend on caps for their daycare to run, to pay their bills in their daycare, they're not getting no money. Okay? So it's just not about the people that you think you're taking care of, because you.
That's not true. There's way more people who need Section 8 than there are even homes available. The landlords will never run out of people. Section 8's not completely gone. There was a long waiting list that extended years to begin with. There was more people than there were homes available on Section 8. So it's not going to affect landlords whatsoever.
Do have to work to get food stamps. It's just not enough. It's not enough. The job's not enough. It's not enough to pay the bills. Even with Section 8, it's no longer just free. You have to pay a portion of that as well. But that's not going to be enough for the landlord. The landlord charge $1,300. You might pay $300-$400. You might pay a couple of dollars, which helps a whole lot for you. But that's don't help the landlord. So this is not just about the people that's getting benefits. So baby, y'all can cut it out, but y'all be safe out there, and just know that the Section 8 is being paused too. So y'all need to.
Let me make a correction. It will affect the landlords in this aspect. The 2-year rule. Let me explain. That can affect a landlord, because if a landlord had a decent tenant and then you were able to have that tenant in there for 20 years, 30 years, then you can kind of just set it and forget it, right? But what the 2-year rule now does is it probably will have more landlords opting out to do the Section 8 route. And here's why. Now it's kind of like a mystery box, and it's kind of like a gamble. Every 2 years, you're going to get a new tenant in your home. So now it's kind of mixing things up, especially if you have multiple different Section 8 homes. Now it's even further exacerbated. So now you have all these different people coming in and out your house. So it increases the odds that you run into a bad tenant, I feel, right? So I think that would negatively incentivize a lot of people to put their home on Section 8, because you have so many different people continuing to come in and out of your investment property over years. which, you know, you get one bad person, they can tear your house out the frame and do a lot of damage, especially out of spite, whatever. And then, you know, it ends up costing you more over the long run than it needs to. But the where it can actually help out Section 8 homeowners as well is by a lot of more people opting out to even participate in the program. The government may have to increase the amount that it pays Section 8 landlords in order to incentivize them to put their house on Section 8. So it's, you know, it's just ebbs and flows. You just got to kind of get in the game and just kind of see what happens, and you got to iterate and pivot from there. That's just investing at the end of the day. When things happen, there's going to be market shifts. Market dynamics are going to change, and the savvy people are going to be the ones who are able to take advantage of it, right? And that's the fun. That's the fun of this game of life. If you're actually keen and you're actually in tune, and ultimately if you're actually playing it. But let's leave it there for today. Y'all, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Again, it helps more than you know. Also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers, where basically it helps smaller content creators like myself. And what it does is when you hit the hype button, not like button, hype button, the same way you hit the like button, it shows you the points. And then it actually pushes us the same way. So if you could do that, that will go a long way. But if you can't find it, you can just like. That helps just the same. I greatly appreciate it. And then also Patreon is linked below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.